like to get it poppin', but these bitches in my business cut me off to choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep it silent. In the bedroom, I be screaming, but outside I keep it quiet. You know what I'm saying?
How y'all doing? It's been a while. She now all of a sudden she take a hiatus and she wants to act like she don't know how to speak behind the camera.
That is not true.
Y'all probably remember me in some of the vlogs.
Boy, yes, of course they remember.
Yes, I am
you.
Mr. Husband Boyfriend Superman. I'm here with the lovely missus of the channel, and as you see,
baby girl,
there's a third party that's joining us, right? Our beautiful baby. So we've been, you know, protecting our peace and making sure we take care of not just this little one, but mom as well. So just a update of where we've been, right? We moved. We've we started new career paths and been doing our own thing. Yeah, so it's a lot that we gotta update you guys, right? And we can't show Puntin' face, so cover your eyes, Puntin'.
I'm scared.
Got a little light skin, light bright baby down there.
It ain't even that light.
But overall,
the bee.
Boy, overall, being a parent has been pretty cool. We'll go that way. Being a parent is pretty cool. You know, I've already been a parent. My son, he's 6, but Kalia's had, you know, a taste of that, right? So she kind of knows how it is to raise a, as you can say, what, a toddler, grade school kid, right? Yeah. But this is something different for her, right? And
because it's my baby, I can't give it back.
Right, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a learning curve, especially for me as dad, because I'm used to boys. I raised a boy, so raising a girl, you know, it's a little bit different, but at the end of the day, right, a baby's a baby, right? So a job has to be done. But overall, how has your experience been as a mom?
It's been, hold on, I don't know, it's been very interesting. I raised my brothers, but it's been a very, very long time. My youngest brother turned 16 this year, so it's been a very, very long time. Anywho, it's been a very, very long time since I've raised babies. So it's definitely interesting, but it's definitely rewarding. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like it's a love that you've never felt before. Like, my heart feels very, very complete, like overly complete. And I just love it. I love it so much. Would I do it all over again? I don't know. But overall, it's very nice. It's been very, very rewarding, and I love it. Personally, I love it. And the fact that I got what I wanted on my first try, that was absolutely lovely. And I'm just excited because I get to dress her up and do her hair and show her, like, you know, all the cutesy things about being a girl. So I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. And I'm out of breath because she's strapped to my chest and she's almost 9 pounds. And we're going on a walk. You know, gotta lose a little bit of this baby weight and all of that. But yeah. But my pregnancy wasn't bad. I found out I was pregnant right after 4th of July. So we had like a big 4th of July barbecue at my mom's house. And I found out I was pregnant that Monday, because I think 4th of July was like that Friday or something like that. So I took the test and I didn't believe that it was positive. So because I took one test, didn't believe it was positive. Took another test, came out positive. Then I went to urgent care that same day, took another test, and it was positive. And then like 2 days later, I went to my gynecologist, took another test, and that was positive. So I'm like, all right, this is real. It's serious. I don't know what I'm doing, but then when we went to the first, like very first OB appointment and heard like her heartbeat and everything, I wanted to cry so bad because it's like, I don't know, it just don't feel real. It didn't feel real to me until I heard that first heartbeat and I saw that first ultrasound. I was like, damn, like I really have somebody growing in me. Like, it's so crazy. And I was very, very excited. Overall, through my pregnancy, I enjoyed it. It's just, with pregnancy, everything is, you feel, everybody's body is different. Every pregnancy is different. So it was a lot of things that I experienced during my pregnancy that a lot of other people did not experience during their pregnancy. But through my pregnancy, I didn't really have like a lot of vomiting. I had a little bit of nausea. I mainly had just morning sickness. I didn't really have like most of the other symptoms and stuff. My back pain was terrible. But my back always hurts, but during pregnancy, it was crazy. Like, it was bad. But overall, my pregnancy was lovely. It was very, very smooth. I didn't have any complications. I didn't have gestational diabetes. I guess they consider me obese. But it didn't really make sense because I lost weight during my pregnancy. I didn't really gain any weight until like the very, very end. Yeah, that's mainly it. And then like my birth experience, I was very, very scared to give birth. But when people if you get pregnant, don't let nobody try to scare you. Because that was the main thing with me. Like, people tried to scare me into, like, they tried to scare me by telling me their birth stories and like all the things that went wrong and how they ended up getting a C-section and just
everybody different.
Yeah, just all the stuff that went wrong during their birth experience. And I didn't like that because it's like, this is my first baby. Like, let me enjoy my pregnancy. Don't try to give me all types of stupid advice before the baby's even here. Like, that to me, that's the main thing that kind of irritated me during my pregnancy, because it's like, let me enjoy myself. Let me enjoy my pregnancy before my baby get here. But my birth experience wasn't that bad. My pregnancy, I definitely kept hidden. I didn't post about my pregnancy or anything until my gender reveal. I was, what, 5 months? Almost 5 months?
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really have like a big bump. I had like a very small one. I don't know why that was blurry, but I had like a small bump and it was cute, real cutesy. I carried small until the end, like right before she was born. Then that's when my belly like really popped. But my birth, it was, what's the word? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Why do my camera keep blurring?
Well, you gotta kind of elaborate what you're trying to say.
I'm not gonna say it was easy, but I'm also not gonna say it was hard, because it wasn't.
The expectation wasn't as what you thought the reality of it was.
Yeah, that. Because I thought labor was gonna be, like super duper hard, and it was gonna be terrible, and I was gonna need like, hi, how are you? I was gonna, be screaming and so much pain and all of that. But in reality, even though she came 5 weeks early, my labor and my delivery was not as bad as I thought it was. Was I in pain? Yes. But was it how I thought it was gonna be? No. So my water broke. I gave birth on February 10th. My water broke at 4 o'clock in the morning. And that was the week that I was supposed to go on maternity leave. That Friday, I was supposed to go on maternity leave. So my water broke that Tuesday, 4 o'clock in the morning. And it was like 2 big gushes. Like, I woke up and it was literally 2 big gushes. Like my whole bed was wet and everything. It was crazy. So water broke at 4 a.m. We got to the hospital like around 5:30. They checked me. By the time they checked me, I was 1 centimeter. So I'm like, okay, maybe they'll send me back home, maybe not. So then they took me up to the room. They took me up to the room maybe about like an hour and a half later. And when they took me up to the room, they said I was 3 centimeters. So I'm like, all right, progressing a little bit. And we was chilling, we was waiting, and just kind of, they was like monitoring me and everything. But when I first got there, when they first checked me and I was 1 centimeter, they was like, do you feel that? And I was like, what are you talking about? They was like, well, you're having contractions. And I was like, I don't feel anything. Like, I didn't know. Fast forward, we get up to the room and everything. They hook me up to the monitors, and I'm like, all right, well, I see that I'm having contractions, but I don't really feel it, which was good to me, because I thought, you know, contractions was going to be super terrible off the rip, but it really wasn't. When I got to 4 centimeters, then that's when I really started to feel it. Like, my contractions was all in my back, and it was so terrible. Like, I didn't really have contractions in my like in the front. I had contractions all in my back, so it was very, very uncomfortable for me. And I thugged it out for a little bit. Like, they had me sitting up to like a position where I was comfortable, but you can only be comfortable with contractions for so long. So then of course I progressed to 5, and once I got to 6, I told them, like, give me the epidural. Like, I don't give a damn, I don't care what you gotta do, give me the epidural. Just hurry up with it, speed it up. So then I did get the epidural. After that, I was chilling. I took like 4 naps. I took a couple naps, actually. I think it was more than 4. But I was comfortable. And then they said I was progressing. They did like between 6 and 9.5 centimeters. I think they did like 3 cervical checks. And I was progressing each time, which was really, really good, because my labor, it progressed really fast. Like, I was in labor for like 12 hours. And I don't know, like, it was definitely a wonderful experience, but it was also terrifying. So once I got to like 8, because even with the epidural, I felt the contractions more in my butt. I know this sounds crazy, but if you've had a baby and you had an epidural, you know what I'm talking about. I felt the contractions more in my butt than I did my back. I didn't feel them in my back anymore. It was just more in my butt because she was getting closer and closer to coming out. So I felt the contractions in my butt, and I was calling them, and I was like, bro, y'all gotta do a cervical check. Like, I feel like she's right there. I feel like she needs to come out. And it was like, you're only 8 centimeters. You still have to wait. So I'm like, okay. Then like another hour, some change passed by. I tried to take like another nap or something just to get a little bit more comfortable. And they came, checked me again. I was 9.5 centimeters. So I'm like, all right. Then like another hour go by, and at this point I'm getting like antsy because I'm in pain. I feel like I need to push, but I don't know what's going on. So they came, they checked me again. They're like, yeah, you're still at 9.5. So we're gonna give you Pitocin. So they gave me the Pitocin so it could speed up just a little bit more. And because I only needed to dilate a 0.5 centimeter more in order for me to push. So gave me the Pitocin, and labor progressed like really fast after they gave me the Pitocin. And then they was like, it's time to push. I said, okay. Then, you know, I don't have a high pain tolerance. I don't like being in pain. When I am in pain, I get very irritated. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be talked to. Don't even look at me. So so it's time to push, and the doctor talking, and I felt so bad because I was telling them like shut up, and I was like kind of cutting them off and everything. But I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain. Even though I got the epidural, again, I felt her in my butt. Like, it felt like she was about to come out of my butthole, and I didn't like that feeling. So So then it's time to push.
Booty hole.
I don't care. Then it was time to push. So I pushed for 10 minutes and then she came out. And when she came out, she swallowed like a lot of amniotic fluid. So they sent her straight to the NICU and she was in the NICU for 8 days. So yeah, and being a NICU mom, if you are a NICU mom, you know that is like one of the hardest things. Like I had to go home without my baby. Like that it was very stressful for me. It was very hard. It was very emotional. And it was very scary because it's like I'm not with her. Like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know. Like they had this app where they would upload pictures and stuff, but that's just a picture. That's not, I don't really know what y'all are doing. I'm not there. But yeah, overall, my labor and delivery experience, it really wasn't as bad as I thought. My pregnancy wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I actually enjoyed my pregnancy a lot more than I thought I would. Labor and delivery, that's like the only thing that like really got me. Giving birth vaginally, that was a very crazy, very crazy experience. But I only pushed for 10 minutes and I did have a tear. I had a 2nd degree tear, so I did have to get stitches. And but even after I got stitches and everything, I was able to walk around. Like I was up and walking around. I was able to move around on my own. I didn't really have to be pushed in the wheelchair, but it's hospital policy for me to be pushed in a wheelchair right after birth. But you know. But yeah, I don't know why my camera keep blurring. Jeez. You want to tell them how the dad experience was?
Nigga, we already at the house. Y'all, she done talked to y'all the whole time. The whole walk. I ain't get to tell y'all. But piggybacking off of, it was dark. Piggybacking off being a NICU dad, right?
Pregnancy and labor and all of that.
I'm kind of going as a progression, fool. Being a NICU dad, for all my NICU dads out there, or you know, dads that have went through it, you know, it's a hard time because it's not necessarily just about you trying to keep it together, but you're also trying to keep mom together, right? You're trying to keep yourself together. You're also trying to make sure that you know you're taking care of your baby, right? And it's a little frustrating, right? Nerve-wracking, stressful. It could be a lot. But that whole process, you know, we're very spiritual people, so we did nothing but put God ahead and knew that he, regardless, was going to take us to the finish line. And it's been a good process. Kalia's pregnancy, they're back there. Her pregnancy was pretty cool, right? You know, us as dads, we just got to make sure they're comfortable, right? So, you know, making sure I get her all her snacks, her cravings, you know, making sure that I'm with her. You know, when days are easy, when days are hard, right? That's our job to show up, for sure. But overall, you know, it's been nothing but amazing. Baby girl's going on 2 months. Well, she is 2 months officially when you guys see this video. And it's been, you know, like I said, a learning curve, right? Because I'm so used to raising a boy, right? So a girl's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, you know, your baby is a reflection of the amount of work you put in as a parent. And what I mean by that is, you know, babies feed off of us. So, you know, if you know, got low patience and you're frustrated or you're stressed out or anxious, she feels that, you know what I mean? So making sure we keep a calm environment, right? Making sure that it's comfortable for baby girl. And she's been nothing but stellar. You know, she sleeps good at night. She's on a good routine. And, you know, being a girl dad, it's so cool to get that bond because with my son, we have that bond, right? But boys are like mama's girls at the end of the day, right? But, you know, when I come home from work or, you know, just even if Kalia had a long day and I take baby girl, that bond is there where you can tell that she realizes that I'm dad, you know what I mean? It's safe. So it ends up being pretty fun because, you know, Leah gets a break and baby girl is calm. She naps with me, right? If I play the game or, you know, if I'm doing cooking cleaning, whatever it may be. She's right with me, and we're comfortable. We're cooling like two peas in a pod, right? So it's been pretty cool. Being a dad is amazing now that we have 2 kids involved, right? It's just definitely figuring out routines, right? And making sure it's a balance of mom gets a break, some days I get a break, right? But it's just a matter of teamwork. That's the most we can do. So it's been overall pretty nice. I'm nothing shy of happy, right? Like I'm ecstatic of being a girl dad. I love being a girl dad, and it's amazing. But we definitely just wanted to update you guys, right? Because I know I got a lot of friends and family here that like to subscribe and watch, and even some of you guys that are supporters of us, you know, you guys probably, man, where they been at? Just been trying to get life back on balance, right? So we definitely appreciate you guys, right? We just want to say thank you for sticking it out with us, right? Our beautiful family, and we hope that, you know, moving forward, you guys, you know, look forward to seeing not just Leah again, right? Because mom's got to get back on YouTube. I've been trying to push that for her, right? Like, man, pick this camera back up, right? But if you guys want to see more of me, more baby girl here, or if you guys just want to see us as a family, you know, you guys let us know down below. But we're probably gonna finish this walk. It's starting to get dark, as you guys can see. I might have to cut that out. I hope that doesn't show where we live at. We don't want people being crazy, but
That's good.
how you do your outro? You do what? Like, comment, subscribe? How I do this thing?
Let's see.
Like, comment, subscribe.
No, it's not. I do it.
100 likes for the next video, and we're gonna take baby girl to the park, and y'all gonna see it.
I'm sure.
But these bitches in my business cut me off, choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you